Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I will be playing 5-on-5 Blitz. As always, if you enjoy my videos, then please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. In this game I'm playing as Black. He plays d4, I will play d5. I won't play e5, the England gambit. I will try a new opening. Now he plays my favorite opening as White, the London system. The most accurate move after bishop f4 is c5, trying to deflect the center pawn. Okay, e3 is stabilizing the pawns, reinforcing the pawn on d4. I will bring my knight. Okay, well, he wants to make a big center pawn cube, which I'm okay with that. Now you might be thinking, if d takes c5, that's a free pawn. It is and it's not, because I go e5 and I take the pawn on c5 after that. Now he's pressuring my pawn on d5, but it's no big deal because I already have a defense for it. Now I will play bishop f5, developing my bishop. Okay, he plays a3. He probably, maybe not, wants to play b4, but that's not a very good move because I just take, and oops. And if he takes back, I take on with my knight on b4. So for the meantime, I'm going to go queen b6, targeting the pawn on b2. Since the bishop moved on move 2, on move 2, and now I can target the pawn which the bishop defended. Now the good moves are rook b1, like maybe queen d2. These are all moves that I expect. In the future moves, I would... Okay, I expected that. Queen c1, that guards the pawn, his pawn. Now, if I take the pawn on c4, he'll take with his bishop, so it's not that good. And if I take the pawn on d4, he takes back with the pawn, and I take the pawn. So, since the queen moved to c1, it stopped defending d4. So now I can just capture. Now a big decision. What do I take with? Do I take with the knight or do I take with the queen? Let's see. If I take the knight, there is no big threat. If I take with the queen, I have pressure on f4 and c4. So I think taking with the queen should be better. Okay, he takes my pawn on d5. Now I have an option. I can take the bishop, he takes my knight, I take his pawn. Or I can just move my knight to, let's say, a5. Actually, if I go to a5, he might go b4. Oh, this is the point. I can go to a5, knight a5, threatening a fork on b3. And if I go knight a5, b4, I will go knight b3, forking the rook and the queen. Now, I could have also taken the bishop, but now I actually have a threat of a fork. If I would have taken the bishop, I would just have had a bishop, but now I'm threatening something. Now he gave a check to me, and I can move my king to d8. I can block with my bishop, and I'm thinking to move my king to d8. Now I have a convenient square for my rook, so in the future moves I want to go rook c8, putting pressure on the queen, on the knight and queen. Now he plays knight f3. I am thinking of giving a check. Let's say, okay, I have no checks available, but I can go queen b6 because I put pressure on the bishop, I put pressure on this diagonal, and I am still threatening to go knight b3, forking the queen and rook. And my future moves, like I said, I could go e6, bishop c4. Okay, great move. He plays knight d2, preventing me from playing knight b3. Now like I said, I can bring my rook in the center and put pressure on the queen and knight. Now this knight is cannot move, or else I will take the bishop. Like, let's say not the bishop. I will take the queen if ever the knight moves. So, okay, well, he moved his bishop to e3, but that wasn't really necessary. He could have gone kingside castle because the bishop on b5 was already protected by the knight. Now, a move ago, if I would have taken the bishop, he would have taken my queen, I would have taken his queen, and he would have taken my queen. So I would have been down an exchange. He would have had a rook, I would have a bishop. So that's not very good. I was expecting kingside castle, but anyways, I will now play g6. I want to play bishop g7 and to make a very strong bishop on this diagonal. Now I'm thinking that he will play g4, attacking my bishop. If he plays g4, I will probably go. Okay, he plays bishop e5. I don't know why, but anyways, I will play e6. Now, if he takes my knight, I will just take back very easy because I have nothing else to take with. Okay, he takes my pawn. I have an option. I can take with my queen, or I can take with my pawn, or my bishop. I think taking with the queen. Actually, my queen has lots of pressure over here, so I'm thinking of taking with my bishop, so I maintain the open files. Okay, kingside castle. Now, I'm thinking of an idea, which I go king e7, rook d8, or rook e8, one of these two squares, and I castle manually, because my king over here, when he gave a check on b5, I was forced to move over here. I was forced to move, and I went to d8. Then I can not castle. So anyways, now he plays b4, and that really unstabilizes this knight. That pawn used to guard the knight. But anyways, I'm going to play knight c6. And for those who wonder why I didn't go knight b3, because he would just take, and if I took back, well, there's no point in doing so. Therefore, I will just play knight c6, and in the future moves, probably go knight d4. I will play, oh wait, I could have taken the bishop. Anyways, okay, there's going to be a massive explosion here. My queen is hanging, my rook is being attacked, this bishop is hanging. So let's start. I'm going to take the rook with check. So he cannot take my queen right now. He's forced to take back with one of these three pieces. Okay, he took back with the queen. Now my queen is hanging and his bishop is hanging. So now if I go queen d8, I think that is a good move because I offer a queen trade, and I'm happy with a queen trade because my pieces are more active. I have a nice bishop, I have a safe king. Okay, he plays queen a4, declining the queen trade, and maybe he wants to put pressure on my pawn on a7. I don't know why he's putting pressure there because there's already a knight to defend. But anyways, I will take the bishop on e5. Yes, I know over here, instead of bringing my rook to the center, I could have just taken his bishop. But anyways, now he takes, and I have some options. I can take the knight, which, yeah, that's not even an option. That's something I should do. Okay, so I take the knight, and I'm up 3 points of material. Also, basically, I'm up 1 knight. Now he's threatening to take my pawn on b7. I will play queen c7, guarding my pawn on b7 and attacking the knight on e5. I also protect my rook, and I'm threatening to go rook. Okay, well, he plays rook d7, d1. D7 is here. Rook d1. Now that hangs a knight, but actually, yeah, if I take now, he might go here, but then I have block with my rook. Now he's forced to retreat, not there, but maybe here, maybe here, maybe here, maybe over here. Like, this is what I'm expecting him to go, somewhere over here. But anyways, if he goes over there or over here, my next move will be to, okay, great. I was expecting that. Now if I take this bishop, he takes my rook with check. If my king was on f8 and I taken the bishop, he taken my rook and I taken his rook. But now it's going to be check. So now I'm thinking of attacking the queen with knight d7. In my future moves, I'm going to take the bishop and bring my king to safety, because now it is not exactly open, but it is, he could check me. Now he plays queen a6, guarding his bishop. Now I will play king. Actually, it's a very tough decision, but I will play king to f6. Now my king is safe between my pieces. Okay, he plays b5. Okay, oh wait. Now, okay, here is good. Now I'm trying my best to, okay, he blunders his queen. Okay, I'm gonna take his queen. I'm gonna take his rook. So I'm going to rewind here because it was a little bit confusing. I had only like a few seconds, but now the king is very open and I can checkmate him somehow. Now let's see. This diagonal is closed. This diagonal is closed. This square is closed. And this square is closed. So right now, the king has no escape, and I can play queen e1, check. He's forced to block with his pawn, and I will checkmate him. Now, let me just rewind over here. I had very low time. He advanced his pawn to b5, and I played king e7, which is a safe place for my king. He plays b6, and I played rook c6 to pin the pawn to the queen. Now you might be wondering, if he plays b7, I take his queen, and he makes a new queen. That's not really possible because, one, I have a knight and a queen to guard that square. And in the future, I can also bring my bishop to guard that square. But anyways, he plays queen a7, and I play queen c5. The point of queen c5 is to prevent him from going b7. Because if he goes b7, I just take the queen. And that's exactly what happened. Now he made a new queen, which is not a big blunder, but it's not the best move in the world. Anyways, he blunders his rook. I move my queen and my rook to the back rank, and now I'm threatening to take the bishop, and on the next move, I did. And here, I could have given a check with my queen. I could have advanced my pawns to prevent him from going near here on the fourth rank, but I played bishop e5 check, and my pieces are just too strong for him. I have so many diagonals. He's forced to play f4. Actually, he's not forced. He could play king f3, but he might. Yeah, I think it's going to be checkmate. Check. So if the king goes on f3. I give a check on f5. He goes to e4. I can give a check on f4. He moves back and check on c4. And yeah, it's checkmate because the king has no escape. Anyways, that did not happen in the game. Instead, he plays f4. I took the pawn because it was protected by my rook. And on the next move, I played queen e1 check because my pieces where they are already fine because they prevent the king from escaping. And in a few moves, it's checkmate. So, and by the way, I had 4 mistakes, 7 blunders. That's a little bit too much, and 1 missed win. Anyways, thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed this video, then please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comments will help me improve my future videos. Goodbye.